Hello, wonderful person. This is Chris for the Informed Stoner. And it's Monday, time for our midday news report. Today's news report comes from dailymail.com. Gunshots ring out as protesters throw Molotov cocktails and torch a police surveillance tower and construction vehicles at Cop City site in Atlanta. Cop City, that's a name right there for you, ain't it? Protests at a proposed police training center in Atlanta become fiery Sunday night as nearly 150 rioters set construction vehicles aflame and threw rocks, sticks, and even Molotov cocktails at police. Wow, that's getting hot, if you know what I mean. Sorry. The site of Atlanta's future public safety training facility, dubbed Cop City by those who protest its development, is now under lockdown as crews work to put out smoke and flames. Officials say at least one construction vehicle was set on fire during the protests Sunday night, and video posted online show a police surveillance tower on fire. Wow, they had their hands full, I'm guessing. They set that place up on fire. Damn. Police say the protest has since been contained, but many of the protesters scattered back into the woods where gunshots were heard, according to Fox 5 Atlanta. Popping off rounds, running through the woods. Yeah, that's smart. People these days, jeez. It remains unclear how many arrests were made and whether anyone was injured in this blaze. Um, I, I mean, hopefully no one was hurt, but chances are someone got hurt, at least a little hurt. I mean, stuff goes stupid like that, someone at least gets a little hurt. And it's not good. Look at that. We got the fire. Damn. Jeez. That's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. The rioters on Sunday wore black and camouflage and masked their face as they made their way from their campsites at the Wilani Forest to the construction site, the New York Times reports. There they burned down police and construction vehicles and set off fireworks as police were stationed nearby. Initial estimates suggest at least 30 people were detained as activist groups begged online for money for protester bails. And whoever bails these guys out are morons, man. I'm sorry. Jesus. Protesters posted online how police arrived at Protesters posted online how police arrived as the sun descended Sunday night and surrounded those enjoying a music festival at the site. They allegedly threatened legal observers with arrest. Okay, if that happened, then that's not cool. That's an abuse of power, obviously, and should not have happened. If they had permits to be where they're supposed to be at, obviously. Photos and videos from the scene showed police forcing people to the ground and throwing people in the back of police vans. Okay, I'm guessing they didn't have a permit. Sorry. Controversial Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene took to Twitter in the aftermath to blame Antifa. This is domestic terrorism, she wrote. It was planned for weeks and announced on social media. She added that Antifa and domestic terrorists are introduced by a bill to officially declare them a terrorist organization on Tuesday. Looks like she tweeted something about Antifa attacked the Atlanta Future Public Safety Training Facility, domestic terrorism, which it is. And okay, let's be honest here. Everyone's saying that the police need more training. Isn't this supposed to be a training ground? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of silly. And we have more pictures of all this crap that happens. Nuts. The dramatic confrontation between police and protesters comes as individuals and activist organizations descend on the proposed site for a week of action to protest its development. The first week of action since the state killed someone, Marlon Couts, I apologize for probably butchering that, an organizer with Atlanta Solidarity Fund told The Guardian, referring to the police involving killing Emmanuel Paez Terran in January. A private autopsy showed he was shot 13 times. Jeez, I didn't hear about this story. Authorities have asserted Terran, who identified as non-binary, opened fire. Okay, what does that have to do with anything that's going on right here? Why does him identifying as non-binary have anything to do with anything? I opened fire at a Georgia State Patrol trooper during a clearing operation of the so-called autonomous zone at the site of the $90 million project. So he opened fire. Okay. The entire character, mood, and status of the struggle has transformed dramatically. Feels much more real to us and to the state. Couch said. Well, yeah, you guys are opening fire, and then you guys get mad when someone dies. Well, don't shoot guns, man. You don't shoot at the cops. The cops should not shoot back. But if you shoot at them, they will shoot back. I mean, it's just how it's going to happen. The week of action was set to include a Jewish Shabbat service on Friday night, herbal workshops, and Know Your Rights workshop. As a fiery riot broke out Sunday night, a Weelaunee music festival was scheduled for the protesters who have descended into the woods in recent months. DailyMail.com has reached out to the Atlanta Police Department for comment. Demonstrators who have set up a group to stop the Cop City says 381 acres of the Weelaunee Forest is stolen Muskogee land, and the creation would mean the destruction of the wildlife in the forest. They have become increasingly violent since they first descended on the woods late last spring, with 19 people arrested on domestic terrorism charges since December. 7 of those arrests emanated from a violent riot in downtown Atlanta on January 21st, sparked by Tehran's death. They were charged with domestic terrorism and criminal trespass. They include, I'm not going to name them off, 3 other people contacted in connection with explosives were asked to provide their names to authorities and let go. Rioters were seen at the time setting a police car on fire and vandalizing property. So these photos of them vandalizing and, lighting crap on fire, doing what they do. No accountability, no nothing. Well, hopefully those guys get it, but see what happens, see if it sticks, right? The militant environmentalists say that they are trying to protect the forest as well as the South River, which is endangered. Member of the South River Watershed Alliance have worked for years to preserve the area and say that the training center can be created without destroying the surroundings. Jacqueline Eccles, the board president of South River Watershed Alliance, said in a statement, I remain steadfast in my belief that the desired training can be accomplished without destroying the acreage at the prison farm. Prison farm, that sounds weird. It's a weird way to put it. Balanced and equitable consideration must be given to the protection of the local ecosystem, the culture and historical significance of the property, and the health and the well-being of the residents of the surrounding neighborhoods. Stop Cop City activists also say that the city of Atlanta has leased the land, something that the mayor's office has denied, saying that the city is unincorporated. DeKalb County owns it. It stretches 85 acres into DeKalb County woods and is known as Old Atlanta Prison Farm. Okay, that's why. Where prisoners would work in poor conditions in the 20th century. Well, of course, those poor conditions, prisoners never work in good conditions. They're prisoners. I mean, it's not right, don't get me wrong, but I don't think any prisoner would ever say they had great working conditions. Prisoners helped to make the facility self-sustaining in 1935, with the penitentiary being officially shuttered in 1995, it has been abandoned ever since. Devastating fires also hit the property in 2009 and 2017. Illegal trash has been dumped and caused a huge blaze, which meant the site was sealed off until the plans for the training site were approved. Yeah, because people dumping trash and doing stupid crap. Atlanta Police's huge construction project was announced in November of 2021 and is expected to open at the end of 2023 after a difficult 2-year process. It will have an extensive facility in the Mock City and fire station so emergency services can better train their staff. It will also include an emergency vehicle operations course, a training and education center with modular design and labeling classrooms, academy housing for police, yada, yada, yada. So they're putting a bunch of stuff into this thing. Hopefully it leads to better trained police officers, right? That's what we want. We want better trained police, better community interaction. This is hopefully what this is here for. But, people aren't ever going to be happy. That's just sad facts. Well, if you like this story and you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe. That would help me out a ton. I really appreciate it. And hopefully come back to see us again. This is Chris for the Informed Stoner, and have a great afternoon.